morning, class. Our topic for today is my favorite writer, William Shakespeare. William Shakespeare was born in 1564 in Warwickshire, England. He was an actor, playwright, and a poet. This is a picture of William Shakespeare. According to Holderness, in the 9 Lives of William Shakespeare, he was the greatest writer among other writers. In this topic, we will be talking about his background, his writings, as well as the main themes in his writings. And it should be noted that the writings and the main themes in his writings were the happenings of our present-day society. We will begin with his background. According to Colligan, in Who Was William Shakespeare, social status, education, and religion were the 3 aspects that characterized his identity. He was born to a poor family. During his childhood days, he used to go to his father's workshop and watch him scrape bristle from the skin of an ox. In 1588, he got married to Anne Hathaway, who they bore 3 children. Concerning his education, he went to a free school in Stratford, where he learned to read, speak, and write English and Latin. According to Colligan, in Who Was William Shakespeare, his training in Latin produced him as the greatest of English writers. Concerning religion, he was a Catholic baptized in 1616, and religion was a very important aspect in Shakespeare's culture. After looking at his background, we'll be moving to his writings, and it should be noted that the writings of Shakespeare were mostly about the happenings of the society. According to Callaghan, in Who Was William Shakespeare, he mostly wrote to entertain the audience, and he made sure the church and the society were not criticized. He mostly wrote on comedies, tragedies, and romance. His comedies usually had happy endings, amongst which were As You Like It, Much Ado About Nothing, Merchants of Venice, Midsummer Night's Dream. His tragedies characterized social incidents of grief and loss, amongst which were Hamlet, Othello, Macbeth, King Lear, Antony, and Cleopatra. His romance usually characterized love and loss, amongst which we had The Winter's Tale and The Tempest. After looking at his writings, we'll be moving to the main themes in his writings. The themes in Shakespeare's writings characterize the happenings of the present-day society. The main themes he used were conflict, which usually took the form of war between 2 families, and as seen in Romeo and Juliet. Appearance versus reality, whereby men pretended to be women, people pretended to be friends while planning evil, as seen in Hamlet, Macbeth, King Lear. In order, disorder, and change, stability usually gave way to confusion. For example, in King Lear goes mad. In The Midsummer Night's Dream, Nick Bottom uses mystical powers to transform himself into an ass. To sum up, it should be noted that the writings and the main themes that we found in his writings are present-day reflection of our society. He lived during the Elizabethan and Jacobean era, but the themes and his writings are still reflected on our present-day society. What made me to consider this topic and him as my favorite writer was because I have read some of his plays, his writings, such as Romeo and Juliet, Hamlet, Midsummer Night's Dream. Most of his books and his writings are still used by students in high school and in universities. I would recommend you to go for his books because you will learn a lot from them through what goes in our society and what we see on a daily basis. This is the end of our topic.